A good result at Brands, and a bad one for Alboreto, could give him the title of champion. For this race, John Watson was Prost's teammate. Niki Lauda's injured wrist still kept him away, so the Irishman was making a comeback 2 years almost to the day since his Kyalami swan song. A camera mounted on Patrick Tombé's Renault promised television viewers a real driver's eye view. But Ayrton Senna was once again the star of qualifying, averaging over 140 miles an hour around the twists and bumps of Brands Hatch to take his 6th pole of the year. Piquet came next, and third fastest in front of his home crowd was Nigel Mansell.
Start of the race, red light will come on shortly. Concentrating very hard. Here we are, red light. The green, put the power down, and the power's going down extremely well. Senna gets a bit of wheel spin, and I put the power down, drawing alongside, and we touch just going into paddock, and he sort of puts me off after brake. He goes off the circuit and comes back on the circuit, and Keke slips up on the inside, and then I go wide round Druids because I got some dirt on the tyres, pull back on into 4th place, down the hill, going up into Surtees. We have Senna, Rosberg, Piquet, Mansell, Elio, Warwick, Sura. You'll see Prost overtaking Eddie now, just going up into Surtees, staying out of trouble. Right, Keke right up Senna's tail into paddock, going up into Druids, Nelson closing, myself closing, round Druids, down the hill, and here we have Keke trying for the inside line, drawing right alongside now, so they're side by side, and then Senna chopping right in, and his rear left tyre touching Keke's front, and Nelson unfortunately clipping the back of Keke's car, and he's out the race. I go up into 2nd place, Nelson legging it as quick as he can, and Keke, due to Nelson touching him, has a punctured rear tyre coming into the pits. Not a very quick pit stop, but you'll see Alan Chalice and Patrick Head making sure that nothing else is bent on the car and checking everything, which they did a superb job, and you'll see in I think it's 17 seconds they'll be out the pits. A couple of more seconds and he'll be away. 17, 18, 19, and he's off. Quite ironic, Keke comes out just in front of Senna and myself. You'll notice that I've caught Senna now, and I'm right up his tail. Coming into paddock, about half a second separating us. And then coming down here, Senna goes to the wrong side, and I overtake him, just get inside there, and you'll notice that I passed him before the yellow flags were waving. I was back in behind Keke, and then Keke drove superbly here and let me through, which I must thank him very much, and just cut inside Westfield, and then Keke took his line and just held Senna up momentarily. This allowed me to build up about 2 seconds, and then Keke caught me and repassed. Here we have Jacques Lafitte, who drove a very good race. You could just see his tyres blistering then. And Alan Prost going through the field. Keke, myself, about 2 seconds behind. Going down Hawthorns. Now here we have Michele, obviously making a point to the Ferrari team that his car's let him down because he drove for almost half a lap with it on fire. And as you can see here, didn't stay in the car because everyone had to catch the back end to slow it down. Obviously making the point that his championship went by the way because of mechanical failures. Here we have Mark Sura coming up into 3rd place, overtaking Elio De Angelis, going into Hawthorns and up to Westfield. And here he is taking Senna into 2nd place. So we have Mark in 2nd place, Senna 3rd, doing a very, very good drive for Brabham. Myself leading, going around Druids. I was just keeping the 15-second cushion I had built up now, and driving within the tyres and the car, just hoping that everything was going to last. Here we have Alan Prost overtaking Elio De Angelis to come up into 5th place, and John Watson, his teammate for the day. This assures him the championship if he finishes in this position. Driving very sensibly, not pushing it too hard, just thinking of the championship all the time. Stefan Johansson in the pits. Doesn't look a very quick pit stop, so I don't know what his problem is. And then we have Mark Surer, who was in second place, a blown turbo. Very nice fire going, and I think he'll be getting out quite quickly in a minute. Note the marshals are very, very good in England. They're there on the spot and their fire extinguishers work, which is very good for the race. Here we have Keke Rosberg, who drove absolute storming race, catching Alain Prost. And I think Alain, just thinking of his World Championship, lets Keke go up into Druids here, doesn't put on much of a fight. Alain dropping back to 4th place, Keke up into 3rd. Very, very good drive indeed. And here's myself on the last lap, thinking at this point nothing can stop me from winning, hopefully. But when I went round Clearways, what a wonderful feeling. The crowd, I could hear them. Just tremendous reception. Fantastic for England. Very good for the Williams team and obviously myself. Many thanks to Patrick Head, Frank Williams and all my mechanics. They've done a wonderful job, and especially all the Honda people. Amazing how you can drive a Formula 1 car with no hands when you've just won the race. No problem. And here's Alain Prost coming round again, Clearways, to take the checkered flag for the World Championship. And what a deserved World Championship it is for him and the McLaren team. And compliments to Ron Dennis. There they are, congratulating one another, and Alain must be, and is, great World Champion. Here we are celebrating. Senna just started a fight with the champagne, so I thought I'd finish it. But no, everybody very happy now. Here's Alain, World Champion, and myself. Yeah, greatest moment of my life, certainly in racing. And to pull it off in front of Brands Hatch and my home crowd, extra special. Alain and I congratulating one another, the French way.
So Nigel Mansell had his first Grand Prix win, appropriately in front of his home crowd, and Alain Prost had his championship title. 19 points clear of Alboreto, he could not now be caught, whatever the last 2 races were to bring.